This is the Everyday AI Show, the everyday podcast where we simplify AI and bring its power to your fingertips. Listen daily for practical advice to boost your career, business, and everyday life.
Google has quietly built a video creating powerhouse made for non-video creators. And recently, they've added some AI updates to their new Google Vids platform that make it so useful, I don't think most of us can afford to avoid it. That's right. Creating videos with Google. I'm not talking about using things like Adobe Premiere or Canva or these new AI-powered platforms such as HeyGen. Now you can get it all in one spot. I think it is one of Google's more underrated pieces of software in their Workspace platform. So today, we're going to be going over Google Vids and the new AI updates to the platform that you got to be using. All right, I'm excited for today's show. I hope you are too. If you're new here, welcome. What's going on? My name is Jordan Wilson, and welcome to Everyday AI. This is your daily live stream podcast and free daily newsletter helping everyday business leaders like you and me not just keep up with these endless AI updates, but how we can make sense of them and leverage them to grow our companies and our careers. So if that's what you're trying to do, it starts here with the unedited, unscripted live stream podcast. But if you want to take it to the next level, go to youreverydayai.com. There, go sign up for our free daily newsletter. We're going to be recapping the highlights from today's show, as well as giving you all of the AI news and updates from today that you need to know to be the smartest person in AI at your company. So make sure you go read today's newsletter. But let's get straight into it. Let's talk about Google Vids, what's new, all of these AI updates. If I'm being honest, this is one of those ones I was even personally kind of trying to avoid. I saw Google Vids come out a couple months ago, and I'm like, I don't think we need to do a show on this yet on Everyday AI. And I kept putting it off. And then the recent updates that just came out less than a week ago, I'm like, we can't afford to not tell people about this because it is one of those tools you look at the utility and the usefulness, and you're like, yeah, people just have to know and they have to be using this. I think what Canva ultimately did for simplifying and democratizing graphic design, I think Google Vids could actually be what does that for video. I don't think there is that one kind of video platform that brings creative video storytelling to the masses. Yes, Canva has it. Yes, you can use a tool like Adobe Premiere, which is definitely not easy. There's dozens of, popular, mobile apps that do this and web softwares, but Google Vids might be that first platform that's so easy and so powerful. Just about anyone can do it. So on today's show, I'm going to go over what Google Vids is, how it works, and why that matters to you. I'm going to go over these specific new AI updates that just came out a week ago and their impact on your work. I'm going to say who should be paying attention and start using this now. And we're going to go over 5 practical use cases that you can implement this week. All right, I'm excited. Everyone else, live stream audience, good to see you. Bronson already said, I tried Vids a month or so ago and just couldn't figure it out. Don't worry, we're going to be doing it live. Nothing like doing a live demo of new AI software. Never goes wrong, right? But live stream audience, it's great to see you. If you listen on the podcast, FYI, this is literally a unedited, unscripted live stream. We do this live. So this is one of our first, not first, but our new segment called AI at Work on Wednesdays. We've been doing it for a couple of months now. One of the questions that I get most often, people are asking me about these different tools, about these different modes inside of large language models, asking me how I'm using these things. So our new segment on Wednesdays is just called AI at Work on Wednesdays. And I'm going to show you ways that we are personally using it. So whether we're in the sandboxing and experimenting phase or showing you ways that we're using generative AI and large language models in the day-to-day production at Everyday AI. So this is one of the ones that we are kind of more in the experimenting phase because it just came out like a week or so ago. But let me just quickly give you my take and a little bit quickly on my background. I've done a couple thousand hours of video producing and editing. Yeah, let me repeat that. A couple thousand hours. Okay. So this is definitely in my wheelhouse. I understand the complexities, but also the power of having a creative team that can make compelling videos. Video storytelling is not going anywhere, right? In the age of AI, I think if anything, it just heightens the need and increases the need for most companies, even non-creative or non-technical people, to be able to produce video. But my take is Google Vids is one of Google's best kept secrets. All right. And I think with continued updates, and that's a big asterisk there, because I don't think the platform is ready to do what Canva did to graphic design yet for video, but it could get there. So I think with continued updates, this could disrupt the video industry and other players in different spaces, because I think Google Vids is not just a video editor. It can do a lot of other things, including AI avatars. So I think it could, it also just makes editing videos extremely easy. So I think it could disrupt companies like Adobe, AI avatar companies like HeyGen, and some of the big kind of quote unquote online video editing programs and repurposing. So things like Opus Clip, things like Descript, etc. And I think if you are a Google org, ready? So if your organization, if your company uses Google Workspace for business, right? So most companies, you either use Microsoft Office or you use Google's products. So if you are a Google team, I think Vids should become an essential skill set for the future of communication, right? So kind of like how 10, 15, 20 years ago, on your skills for your resume, you'd put, oh, I know Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel. I think this is going to be one of those things. So if you are a Google organization, I think learning the basics of Vids should be an essential skill set. All right. So like I said, AI at work on Wednesdays. Let's get to work, y'all. And live stream audience, if you do have questions or different ways that you're using it or would like to, please drop a comment. Jackie saying, looking forward to this. Video isn't one of my strengths. Cecilia just saying, hey, from Chicago, love AI at work Wednesdays, get you over the hump. All right, glad to see that. All right, so here's kind of the different ways that Google Vids works. And these are new. Okay. So this is, like I said, it is one of Google's newest offerings inside of Google Workspace. And I'm going to go over the differences between if you have a free or a non-paid plan versus if you have a paid plan. But I would guess the majority of users, if you are a business user, you will have the paid plan. Okay. So the different ways that you can start. So when you go to Google Vids, and there's different ways you can get there, right? So even in Google Drive, you can start a Google Vid there, or you can go to, I'm double checking the URL here. Yeah, it's vids.google.com. So right away, if you go to, as an example, vids.google.com, and you click on the big plus sign, you're going to get a screen like what I'm showing our live stream audience right now. So there's 7 different ways, well, technically 8 different ways that you can start making a video. All right. And that's at first overwhelming, but let me just walk you through it. It's actually pretty simple. So first, you can create a video clip with Veo, and that is huge. Just if you don't know Veo, it is by far the best AI video generating platform. So Google released Veo 3 a couple of months ago, and it is insanely good. I'm talking about almost dangerously good, because even though they're only 8-second clips right now, it is very hard to tell the difference if you get the basics of Veo, and if you start with images especially, so you have a little bit more fine-tuned control. It is hard and I'm saying this, I told you, I've spent thousands of hours on video production. It is hard to tell. It is extremely realistic. So one, you can start with just by creating a clip with Veo and then creating a story from there inside of Vids. 2, you can plan your video story essentially with a prompt editor, like you're talking to Google Gemini. So yes, this does have some Gemini capabilities sprinkled in there. So you can essentially start with a prompt, which is the one that we're going to do live. Okay. You can narrate with an AI avatar. So if you have a script or if you need help from Gemini creating a script and you want to one of those AI avatar type videos, this is a newer feature. We're going to talk about it a little bit more, but that's another way that you can do it. Start a video, kick it off. You can record and share. So you can just start by recording your own video, right? I think sometimes that can help get you over the hump, right? Even just saying like, oh, I can just start by creating a video or capture your screen or a video of yourself and capturing your screen and then start from there and then use some of these other AI features. That's great because sometimes just staring at a blank canvas is daunting or a blank timeline. Next, you can upload and create. So you can create a video using media from your Google Drive, Google Photos, or on your computer. So you can jumpstart with files that you already have. You can start with a template. So Google Vids, the templates, let me say this. They're not fantastic yet, but they are serviceable and they're editable, and you can very quickly update kind of your company's branding very easily. And then you can import slides. That's the other one that I really like. You can import slides, whether that's Google's slides, or you can also do PowerPoint. So even, for me, I use Canva to make my slides. I can export my slides out of Canva as a PowerPoint and then import them in Google Vids. It automatically breaks up your slides into short video chunks, and then you can kind of use different AI features to make it a little bit more interactive. Okay. So those are the different ways to start a video inside Google Vids.
Are you still running in circles trying to figure out how to actually grow your business with AI? Maybe your company has been tinkering with large language models for a year or more, but can't really get traction to find ROI on Gen AI. Hey, this is Jordan Wilson, host of this very podcast. Companies like Adobe, Microsoft, and NVIDIA have partnered with us because they trust our expertise in educating the masses around generative AI to get ahead. And some of the most innovative companies in the country hire us to help with their AI strategy and to train hundreds of their employees on how to use Gen AI. So whether you're looking for ChatGPT training for thousands or just need help building your front-end AI strategy, you can partner with us too, just like some of the biggest companies in the world do. Go to youreverydayai.com/partner to get in contact with our team, or you can just click on the partner section of our website. We'll help you stop running in those AI circles and help get your team ahead and build a straight path to ROI on Gen AI.
Well, let's keep going. So here's the AI updates that you need to know. So these launched just about a week ago. So at the end of August 2025. And I think that they're really going to change video creation. And these are perfect for non-technical users who need any type of video, right? I'm going to go over some use cases here in a couple of minutes. But you might be thinking, okay, well, I don't need video or I don't use video. Let me ask you this. Have you ever created a one-pager? All right. What's that one pager look like? All right. It's some bullet points on a blank doc. Have you ever created a PowerPoint? Right? A presentation. If you answered yes to either of those two, I think video is probably the preferred medium of the future. Right? I'm going to go, old man Jordan on the porch, shaking my fist at the kids. Right? But the next generation, they grew up with Fruit Loops and YouTube. Right? I didn't. I, like a normal human, I read the back of the cereal box. But the next generation, right? The Gen Z, Gen X, whatever these young kids are called, right? Your future consumers, your future buyers, they've grown up on video. They want video. They don't want to read your sales emails. They want short form video. They want impactful storytelling. So I think Google Vids is perfect for non-technical users. And like I said, it works seamlessly with your other Google Docs, as well as Google's other AI creative modes like Veo 3. Yeah, I like this. Randy said, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 10 million words. Yeah, I guess it depends on how many frames are in there. So here's what Google Vids actually is. So it is a video creation tool that works like Google Slides with a browser interface. So yeah, this is not an app. I don't believe that there's a mobile app yet. Someone was asking about that in the comments. So there's no app yet. And Google did say that they've already hit 1 million monthly users because it's designed for non-video people. I do think, obviously, people who are in the creative spaces, people who are video editors, are going to look at this and be like, I don't need this, and they probably don't. I do think this is made specifically for people who aren't editing videos right now, because there's better tools for that from top to bottom. But those tools are generally, one, they have a huge learning curve. If you want to go use something like, After Effects or Final Cut Pro, DaVinci, right? There's all of these great video editing programs that the video professionals, they're not going to use Google Vids. Google Vids is not for them. I think eventually, when and if Google continues to grow it, it might be, but I think it's for everyone else. And this can create videos by converting slide presentations, uploading clips, or recording yourself. And why video? Like I said, I think the next generation demands it. But here's some stats on why video is impactful for your marketing, your advertising, or even your own internal learning and development. So 87% of people have been convinced to buy a product or service by watching a video. 93% of marketers say video marketing has given them a good ROI. So if you're wondering, will I get a return? 93% chance, yes. But also, video content is expected to account for 82% of all internet traffic by the end of this year. Think of that. Think of that. Think of how much time your company or organization, and don't just think of, client-facing or public-facing content, like something you would put on your website, social media, etc. But I even think so internally, right? These companies that have, hundreds of employees, thousands, tens of thousands of employees, how are you training them? How are you getting your CEO update, right? I think we're all about kind of bored of these Zoom meetings with 50 people and someone showing a boring PowerPoint, right? I think it's time to spice it up. And Google Vids can be one of those things. So the basic features are free. So you can go and create a video, timeline editing, stock media, etc., templates, all free. But I think most people, if you are using Google and or Google Gemini, if you have a Google plan within your company, there's a good chance that you're probably already on a paid plan and you might not even know it. But a lot of these AI features that we're going to be going over do require a Google Workspace or Google AI Pro subscription. So if you have the paid version of Gemini, or like I said, if you are a Google organization, you're already paying a monthly fee for Google Workspace. And if so, you do have access to these AI features. And Google, I like this. They're not going to pull the rug. They said these AI features are guaranteed until at least May 31st of 2026. I actually like that Google said this, because so many times, whether it's an AI startup or a different mode, right? So like, as an example, OpenAI released GPT 4.5. People loved it. And then they got rid of it, at least on the API, like 3 or 4 months later. So Google did say that they're going to continue to support these features until at least May 31st of 2026. I'm guessing if it gets popular, they'll continue to support it well beyond that. So different ways that you can kind of reimagine your work. So like I already said, Veo 3, image to video, text to video, 8-second clips, amazing results, minimal effort. Automatic, here's one that I love. Automatic transcript trimming inside Google Vids can get rid of those awkward pauses or or just repetitive words you say all the time. Like I say, like and right all the time. You can just get rid of that with a click. And also the free consumer version as well, if you need to get your feet wet. Why do these matter? Why do these updates matter? Why am I spending time trying to convince you to use this product? This episode is not sponsored by Google, by the way. All right. One of our partners. But I think it's that important that you need to be paying attention. I think so many times, great business ideas and initiatives, whether they're internal, trying to gain steam to get getting to production, or great advertising and marketing campaign ideas, are dead on arrival because they don't have budget. Or if you're using internal marketing video teams, they're already swamped, right? So I think this helps bring more compelling messages for your company to the audience that you're looking to reach. Like I said, whether that's internal or external. Also, just creating consistent training guides without worrying about, having to reshoot them. I know a lot of companies, especially as, many companies transitioned from in office to hybrid or work from home, they're trying to have more video content, right? To keep those relationships going and to keep a little bit of interactivity going. This is another great way to do that. And like I said, video is becoming a fundamental tool for everyday communication. Some of the new AI updates. So you have your AI avatars. Yes. So if you've used HeyGen, Synthesia, Hour One, there's a lot of different AI avatar companies that are pretty popular. So you don't need to necessarily sit down and click the record button. There's some fairly lifelike avatars. I don't think yet that Google Vids avatars are to the level of some of the other big players in the game, but you also have to think Google just released these a week or two ago. And if they see users using the AI avatars, I'm sure that they're going to improve them. And I would not bet against Google. Look at what they've done in the past 10 months. They are wiping out competition across all different sectors. All right. So they're not the best right now. I think there's 12 preset digital presenters that you can use right away. You can write a script, or you can have Gemini write a script, choose your avatar, and get a 30-second video with an avatar in minutes. And then you can generate up to 20 avatar videos per week for whatever use you may need. Like I said, there's also the Veo 3 image to video worked into these new AI features, the automatic transcript trimming, removing those awkward words. All right. So enough of me chatting about it. Let's just do it live. What could possibly go wrong? Live stream audience, as always, I need a favor from you. I'm going to share my screen here, and there should eventually be audio. All right. So I'm going to show you some ways that we are looking at using Google Vids internally. All right. Live stream audience, if you could, let me know if you see my screen. We're going to get this thing going, see if this works. All right. So, podcast audience, I'm going to do my best to describe exactly what we got going on. Hopefully, when and if this works, you will see the audio. So, what I'm doing here, and I'm waiting for one of my live stream friends to let me know that we can see the screen. I'm going to choose, again, we have these 8 different ways that I can start a vid. I'm going to do what I think is probably one of the more impressive ways, and that's the plan your video story. Okay. So in this way, it's just like I'm chatting with Google Gemini, and they give you some kind of starter prompts. So again, I can start this with a prompt, and you'll see here in a minute, I'm going to get an entire timeline. All right. So here's what I'm doing. I'm saying generate a short promo video for a new everyday AI podcast series called AI Agents in Everyday Life. Should I do some series like this, y'all? Like a week of just, shows on AI agents and tackle it from a different angles? Let me know. And then I'm going to say use so what I'm doing now, sorry, I have a prompt box. All right. I already typed this out, but I can click the @ key and I can reference different files within my organization. So I'm clicking the @ and I just used Google Gemini to type up a quick script, and then I saved it in Google Docs. So I said, I clicked the @ key. I found my script inside, it auto-populates for your most recent files. So I said, use the AI agent script as a guideline for a script. And then I said, and pull information and visuals from and then I'm going to click from my agentic AI presentation. So I imported my Canva slides from a recent podcast episode. So I'm having Google pull a script that Gemini wrote from my Google Docs, and then I'm having it reference one of my essentially slides that I made. All right. So can you already see the power of this? How many PowerPoints do you have sitting around? How many of these one-pagers, SWOT analysis, whatever? Think of the different docs that you just have piling up that could probably use some new life with some visuals. All right. And now all I'm going to do at this point, let Thank you. Thank you, team, that Angie's saying you can see it. All right. So all I'm going to do now is click next. All right. So I'm doing this in real time. So it is creating, and you'll see right now it's editing the outline. So, and the outline's done. That was super fast. All right. So essentially, I have different cards. So it hasn't created an actual video yet, but based on the script that I gave it and based on the presentation that I shared, all right, it went and created, looks like about 12 different slides. Okay. And some of these slides are text based and some of them are video based. And I can tell by the little icon. Okay. So I can go through, and add or edit any of them or delete the scenes before it actually generates. Okay. This again, I'm not going to be using this video. I just want everyone to see quickly how this works. So I'm going to go ahead and click next. So next I need to choose a design to start with. So there's other templates aside from this inside Google Vids, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose this first one. All right. And then when I click one of the templates, I can kind of scroll through. They have kind of different default slide types within it. So think of these as like starter packs. Okay. This looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead and say create the draft video. All right. So again, we're doing this live. I would expect a hiccup or two. These features have only been out for a couple of days. And I have done a little, okay, I lied. All right. So the timeline is already done. All right. And if you've done any editing before, this is extremely impressive. So not only is my timeline essentially done, but it's already starting to generate the videos throughout. So if I start clicking, okay, so if you've done any timeline editing, so I can see my different visuals on my timeline. It created an audio track. And then it also created voiceovers. Okay. So I essentially have 3 different layers on my timeline, and I can click to either show some of these details or hide them. Okay. So the great thing is, it's very easy to go and edit anything in here. All I have to do is click. So as an example, the first kind of slide, it says AI Agents Series. And then the second one says, welcome to Everyday AI. So instead, I can literally just click on this. It's like you're using a PowerPoint or Canva. And I'm going to change this to an Everyday AI original series. Okay. So one thing I can tell right now, I don't like the colors. All right. So all I have to do, there's a little button up there at the top that says customize styles. I'm going to go ahead and change this now. It brings a very simple color palette. I'm going to get rid of the greens. I'm going to go for maybe a little more blue. I should have had our color code kind of ready to go. Let's do a darker blue, maybe. There we go. So we're going to change that to a dark blue. And then this other green, we're going to change this one to a lighter blue. All right. And then there we go. So you'll see my slides throughout the presentation have already started to reflect this. I can also change the font. So as an example, I don't want Verdana. Let's do Roboto, right? We're AI. Let's use Roboto for the fonts. So pretty quickly updated the different slides. It looked like almost everything worked. For whatever reason, one of the slides, it looks like the slides that are title only, the color didn't update yet. Oh, that's because I didn't update it. So let's go ahead. Let's just change that color and we'll do, I don't know, we'll do a kind of grayish color, make sure it works. Probably a darker gray. There we go. Let's click OK. There we go. And it changed. Perfect. So right away, I've already showed you it's very easy. You don't have to be a technical person. If you've ever used PowerPoint, Word, Canva, it's as easy as clicking on something and changing it. Okay, so you'll see here in live stream audience, let me know if you can hear. I'm going to just play kind of the first, 10 or 15 seconds. and hopefully you will be able to hear the audio, and our podcast audience will be able to hear it as well. Like I said, if you have any questions, y'all, go ahead and get them in. We're going to play the first, 15 or 20 seconds of this.
Are you ready to transform the way you work and achieve unprecedented levels of productivity? Welcome to the official briefing for the new AI Agent series on the Your Everyday AI podcast. I'm Jordan Wilson, and I'm about to give you command. In a world of overwhelming data and endless to-do lists, are you still operating as an agent of one? What if you could deploy a team of specialists, intelligent, autonomous, and working for you around the clock? This is your official briefing. Welcome to the new AI Agent series on the Your Everyday AI podcast. I'm Jordan Wilson, and I'm giving you command. Forget just time using Asterisk AI. It's time to Asterisk deploy it. In this groundbreaking series, you'll learn.
All right, cool. So hopefully let's see. All right, good. So as you can hear it. So there's already some issues, and let's just go ahead and tackle these right away. So as an example, it looks like in the script, right? It said asterisk. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and change that and regenerate just to show you how easy it is. So I can go and click, like I said, there's essentially 3 different tiers. There's our visual tier, our music tier, and the voiceover. So all I have to do, I think it was right here. So I just can click on the voiceover. I can click the scripts. There we go. So it literally read the asterisks out because the asterisks were there for emphasis. So all I have to do is delete those. I can go in and change this, have the AI narrator say anything I want. Is the voice great? No, absolutely not. It sounds kind of robotic, right? You can obviously record your own voice to put in here, but it's not the worst. That's the other thing. It's not the worst AI voice. You can also go in. So now once I've done that, I can click generate the voiceover and I can change. So here's a different one. This one's educator, higher pitch.
The voice you select makes a difference in how viewers will respond to your video. It should fit your video's.
The voice you select makes a difference in how viewers will respond to your video. It should fit your video's purpose.
Okay. So I chose the different one. I can click update voiceover, click replace, and we're done. So some of them are better than others in terms of quality. Actually, the default one I think is a little more robotic sounding than the third one there that I just chose. So it's as simple as that. I showed you how you can easily change the text, how you can change the narration, the script, kind of the AI script that goes over it. If you look here on the right-hand side of the screen, you can add, this is where you can add Veo 3. You can add an avatar, record your uploads, stock, text, shapes, etc. So let's just go ahead and change one thing. There was one scene I didn't really like. Again, I didn't listen. We didn't watch this whole thing. Okay, so there was one instance in here where they're talking about deploying AI agents, and the other one about working around the clock. So there's actually 2 different videos on the screen here. And for the AI agents video, it showed a group of people working around a table, which I'm not into. So here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to go over to Veo, and we're going to do this live. So you can choose right now. Veo 3 preview is the only one available, and I can just use Veo 3 right here and then insert it in. So I'm going to say a computer screen showing code running autonomously, quickly filling the screen, then zooming out to show a 40-year-old man sitting at his desk in an office with an amazing Chicago skyline view. All right. This is actually a pretty tough video. Let's go ahead and create it, see if it works. So again, it created this 30-second video with a single prompt referencing the script that I already wrote. Also, I know that it pulled out some of the information from my document that I shared because I'm listening to and looking at the visuals. So I know it referenced that document as well. So we are about, which actually pretty fast, Veo. So we're already at 60%. Let's see how good this video is. And then we're going to wrap up our live demo portion here. But you can see already how powerful this is. Essentially, to be able to work with all of your Google Docs, to be able to use Veo 3, to be able to use these new AI voiceovers, pretty impressive. So I'm going to go ahead and click this insert button. Okay, so here we have our video. Actually, let's just go ahead and play it first, right? We're going to have some sound here. I don't think it's going to nail this, but let's see if it did.
Autonomous and working for you around the clock.
Not bad. All right. It actually got it. So let me resize this video here. We're going to delete the one that was there. We're going to drop this Veo created one, put it right there. So now it's a side by side. It sounded like this one had audio. So I'm going to go ahead and disable the audio, and then we're going to replay just that one. So live stream audience, let me know what you think on this updated version. Here we go.
Data and endless to-do lists. Are you still operating as an agent of one? What if you could deploy a team of specialists, intelligent, autonomous, and working for you around the clock? This is your official.
All right, the Veo 3 clip was actually pretty good. Not gonna lie, I didn't think it would hit it exactly how we needed it. But y'all, like, all these AI video generating platforms, right? It's like, what are you supposed to do after? Okay, you have an asset, but you need a storyline, right? You need the music, you need the script, you need a simple way to edit it and share it with those people that need it. So fairly impressive. Yeah, Robert here saying it doesn't get much easier than that. Love it. Cecilia saying need the voice to be yours. I'm going to lose my voice eventually. All right, so surprisingly, we did a decent live demo. All right. Unedited, unscripted. There we go. So I would obviously go through, spend more time updating some of the visuals. Like I said, the templates are serviceable. I think you have to find the right, narration voice. The default one, not very good. Some of the other ones that Google Vids offers, much better. You can add the avatar, all of that. But again, this is something that, 10 years ago, probably would have cost you $10,000 to $20,000 if I spent maybe an hour on this. We probably could have something that would have cost multiple tens of thousands of dollars, and it probably would have taken weeks in multiple shoots to get something of this quality 10 or 20 years ago. All right. Is it going to replace your 6-7 figure production budget? Absolutely not. Is it a way to bring new life and get new messages across? Absolutely. All right, let's wrap this thing up. So time savings, like I said, this goes from spending hours or sometimes days to minutes, right? That live demo, like I said, that one's not ready to go to the masses, but with a little editing, it probably could. In the training, video production goes from weeks, like I said, to same day completion. This allows you to test more messages faster for your purposes. And let's just talk about executive communications, right? How many times has the CEO sent, note from the CEO, long email from the CEO, boring, boring slides, boring voiceover video from the CEO with PowerPoint, right? I think this can start to spice it up. So who should use Google Vids and how? So training teams, if you're already spending multiple tens of thousands of dollars on internal training and you're facing huge delays, this is one way to do it. Like I said, you can record yourself, then you can use Veo 3 for background B-roll, right? So maybe it is, you're still presenting the way you normally would, and then you can use Google Veo and maybe an AI narrator almost as a second source, or, someone to video to interview you about what you're working on. I think this is great for managers who are having to re-explain processes, hours every single week. Sales team looking to video demos while booking calls, normally doing PowerPoint. Remote teams, where your daily updates just get buried in a sea of text in Slack. I think there's a lot of great use cases. Speaking of those, I'm going to go over 5 that I think you should consider. One is, like I said, bringing new life to your PowerPoints. Go find those PowerPoints that you spent a ton of time on, last quarter that are collecting dust. Go update them with new stats, bring them into Google Vids, and then you can convert it into a video automatically. HR onboarding, please. All right. We're tired of the boring HR onboarding of that video that was shot 7 years ago. The cheesy transitions, just get rid of it. Right. And you can personalize this. So in the same way that, I've talked about on the show before, like using something like Notebook LM, using their video overviews, their audio overviews, guess what? You can export those and upload them into Google Vids and use those as your assets. So I think this can create department-specific onboarding, region-specific. There's so many ways that you can just create more impactful onboarding because it's personalized. So you don't just have to send out the boring 80-page onboarding packet where people are going to go to sleep. Start making it a little bit more interactive and update your onboarding. And it's easier, right? I showed you in 5 minutes, you can go in, create a duplicate, change some of the text, change some of the AI narration to make it more personal. Next, training people actually complete. How many of your trainings do you have that are just so boring? Okay, so the other thing is, this is built into Google Vids. You can screen record whatever you have to do along with your video, and then you can transform those compliance documents into watchable content that employees are going to prefer. Not only are they going to prefer that, a lot of studies show people learn and retain information better when it is presented in a video format. And then you can track completion automatically through Google Workspace instead of having to manually follow up. I kind of already referenced this one, but how about executive updates without meetings? So instead of those super entertaining all hands Zoom meetings where we get to see Bill's PowerPoints again, how about instead recording quarterly updates once, personalizing them for different teams, and then being able to share them? So no one likes, waking up at 5 a.m. Across different time zones for the big all hands on deck meeting. Instead, using Google Vids to do that is much better. And then last but not least, customer FAQs, reducing support. So instead of just referring people to your help docs, how about explaining things to them in a way that increases customer retention and reduces churn in a way that actually answers their question in a visual and interactive way. So screen recording solutions to frequent problems that you run into with customers, so finding those things, whether you have an online chatbot, your most viewed pages on your website, in your help or support docs, and then turning those into interactive videos. I think that will help you reduce support ticket volume by giving customers more visual and personalized answers faster. Whew, that was a lot. We made it through. We beat the demo demons. So Google Vids, let me wrap by saying this. It's extremely impressive. All right. And there's a chance you already have access. You're probably already paying for these features and you don't even know. That's the thing about Google, whether you have a Workspace subscription or you're paying the $20 per month for Gemini, people don't understand what else that gives you, right? Like the premium version of Notebook LM. It gets you, more generations inside their Imagine 4 photo platform, inside Veo 3 video platform, inside the new viral Nano Banana, right? You get better limits. So there's a good chance you already have access to these premium features in Google Vids. And I do think Google Vids does have the chance to do for video what Canva did for design more than a decade ago. There's been so many pretty good tools, online video tools that have gotten maybe half of the way there. But This is one of those all-in-one powerhouse tools that has access to your data and is powered by some of the most impressive, capable, and robust AI models in the world in Google Gemini and in Veo 3. So I think this is a way not just to breathe life into the work that you've already done, and we went over those use cases, but I also think Google Vids is a simple way to reimagine how you can communicate, educate, train, and connect with customers, clients, and even employees. So the new updates, bringing all these new AI features are extremely impressive. And I think they're so impressive, you can't afford to avoid them. I think it's going to be, if Google continues to invest in the Google Vids platform, if they continue to update it, if they improve, as an example, the avatars, the AI voices, which we know they're capable of, it's going to be a can't miss platform that you can't not pay attention to. I hope this episode was helpful. If so, please share this with your network. Don't be greedy. If the Everyday AI Show has become your cheat code to succeeding in making sense of AI, make sure to share that. Share that with your friends, your neighbors, your dog sitter, your friend's neighbor's dog sitter. Make sure to share this information. I think everyone needs access to unbiased, BS-free AI information. All right. That's what we do on a daily basis. So if this was helpful, if you like joining us on Wednesdays, doing the AI at Work Wednesdays, looking at new tools, modes, and features, make sure to join us. But we do this every day, Monday through Friday, trying to make you the smartest person in AI at your company. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to go to youreverydayai.com, sign up for the free daily newsletter where we're going to be recapping the highlights of this show. Make sure to join us tomorrow and every day for more Everyday AI. Thanks, y'all.
And that's a wrap for today's edition of Everyday AI. Thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave us a rating. It helps keep us going. For a little more AI magic, visit youreverydayai.com and sign up to our daily newsletter so you don't get left behind. Go break some barriers, and we'll see you next time.